Yo, Holstar, what's up, man?
Hey, what's good?
You alright?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Everything's proper, my G. So, I got BDub on the line too, man. Yo, B.
The hoster, how's it? Good, man. How you been? I'm lucky, my guy.
Yo, so you people are ready? We can get into a little conversation right quick.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, nice. So yeah, we decided to make this call just to have a little discussion.
Yeah.
And the main thing that's in perspective right now is the HipHop 50 documentary.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So, as grown men, we don't want to be, speculating and putting out our opinions and stuff. So we decided, let's just, let's have a conversation about it and get a deeper understanding about the film, what inspired it, how it came about, the process, and the aftermath as well,
Right.
Yeah.
So, I was actually called by a lady called Zambian. I don't know if you know her.
No.
Yeah, she runs an organization called Women's Museum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so they were doing work for the Swedish embassy. And so what had originally happened is someone from the Swedish embassy met this Swedish rapper by the name of Timbuktu at an airport.
Mm-hmm.
They came up with this idea of having this the hip-hop concert in Zambia.
Yes.
So that's when, they called Samba, and then Samba called me and Mac 44.
Mm-hmm.
We went, we had this meeting at the Swedish embassy, and that's when they were like, let's do this hip-hop contest, commemorate 50 years of global hip-hop, but then also having a focus on Zambian hip-hop, as well as having it alongside the Timbuktu guy. So that's when we did that whole build-up thing to the hip-hop concert. But then also with that, there was an idea of, so Magnus came up with the idea of, let's have a documentary, a mini documentary. To commemorate Zambian hip-hop, whatever it was. So I said, okay, cool. And it just so happened that I had a script. I've been trying to work on a Zambian hip-hop documentary for a long time.
Yes.
So I had a script already. Yeah, which I sent over to Gio. That's the guy that directed the...
What's his name again? What's the guy's name? The guy that directed? You say his name is what?
Gio Musio.
Oh, Gio. Okay. Yeah.
Not Gio. He's actually a director. He's a hip-hop artist as well.
Yes, we are friends on Facebook, actually.
Yeah, so that's how that all came about. Of course, a lot of names were thrown around when doing the thing. But if you notice, those people that had the executive decision wanted mostly the commercial act. So, those people that are big. So, you have your Maki 2, your Slap D,
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I wanted it to be inclusive of everyone. Yeah. So anyway, the Swedish embassy put in the money into that. They put in quite a bit of money into the concert.
Yes.
And then part of that money went to the directing and the editing.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the footage in the documentary was actually some of my footage as well.
Yes, I saw that.
So that was the leverage that I had on them to say, okay, but when you do decide to put this documentary online, can I have it on that Record TV YouTube? That's what since most of the footage, like the B-roll footage is yours.
Yes.
Cool. So that's how it went about.
I see.
The first edit was a pretty good edit. It was supposed to be like a 30-minute documentary. Yeah. But we kept on going back and forth because the people who had the executive powers, in particular Samba,
yes,
wanted, to include more people, like, for example, Pilato, that was the last-minute addition. Samba the Great, that was the last-minute addition, because she says, let it be diverse, have women, have Pilato because it's coming from the government side, all that different stuff.
I see.
And man, there was a lot of back and forth. To be honest with you, there was a lot of arguments here and there. And even as far as the final day of the screening,
Yeah.
there was an English plan, you see?
Mm.
And because I wasn't an executive, I was a producer on the thing, but I wasn't an executive producer.
Yes, you didn't put up cake on the thing.
I said, okay, let's just go ahead with how it's done. That's the documentary we came up with.
Okay.
Funded by the Swedish embassy. I do feel like there is still an opportunity. This is more like a door open, and I feel like there's still an opportunity for us to do something on our own terms with our own money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think for me, it's a lot of lessons learned because now I understand that if you're not a person with the money, you kind of lose control of everything.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's it, man. That's how it all came about.
Respect.
That was the good result.
Yeah,
Yes.
it makes a lot of sense now, man. Yeah.
That basically answers so many questions, you know? Because, you know, because...
Stuff from the documentary about vernacular versus English. Me, I never looked at hip-hop as vernacular versus English. It's just hip-hop, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was put in there as a dramatization or something. Yeah, I'm even surprised now that it's now becoming seeing online or it's the vernacular versus English. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel about.
Yeah, I mean, on that's just one of those things that obviously that's a conversation we can't avoid. Looking at the history of rap, you know, in the Z, you know, the whole vernac and English thing. It's one of those interesting, unavoidable conversations, you know, in this genre, you know. Seeing that initially, the English, the use of English was more dominant. Musically, yes, you know.
So another thing, just to add a little more context, I made sure that I got all the footage from those interviews because there's a lot of stuff that was said that didn't end up in this final documentary. So going forward in the future, if we decide to do another documentary, we can pick more of the more interesting stuff that was said, you know?
Yes.
Interview more people who felt, okay, these people were left out, and really tell their stories because their stories are still very important.
Yeah.
So that we can do another documentary, and this time maybe we make it even like 2 hours long.
That's what I was telling you. It felt like you niggas jumped from Saga to Mark 2. And there's so many things that happened. I know. There are so many things that happened at the Olympic swimming pool, on the North Mid streets, on the gate. You know what I mean? And B-Mac won the King of LSK at the cage. All that stuff was very, very important in our story, man. Because all those things, yeah, I'm telling you.
I totally agree, bro. It might even have to be a series, not only just 2 hours. It might have to be like a 5-part series, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that we go like full out.
For real.
Because there's a case full of, not as a rapper, but as a DJ.
Yeah. Boogie C also played a lot of local rap music, yeah?
Yeah.
44 minutes wasn't enough, bro.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. And another thing is that we had a very short time to do this documentary because they were rushing because of the concert.
How long did it take you in total?
This was done in like 2 months, bro.
What?
Yeah. And then also, you know, the pressure of getting everyone in one place. It's not easy. We have to get those people who were interviewed. Some of those people, we did it in 3 days. See? It was, and the only reason why we even managed to get some people is because they were performing at the concert. Otherwise, it would have been impossible to even get some of the people.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I just wish the big homie Chenga, she must know this because
I reached out to Chenga, bro. I did reach out to Chenga.
That's about the story.
I spoke to him about being in the documentary. He was supposed to shoot an interview and say,
okay.
But he did mention that he wanted what do you call it, a contract to say this documentary is ever sold in the future, I'll get shit from it, which me, I had no problem.
Okay.
I made that request to the Swedish embassy or whatever, but unfortunately, the response didn't come back on time.
Mm-hmm.
They ignored the valley.
Yeah. When I reached out to Cancer, you know, it's just like, honestly, things just didn't align. Otherwise, we could have had much more, but hey, it's not easy for it.
But Holstar, man, you know what I mean? Like, on a personal level, you know what I mean? I was really hoping you were going to squeeze in Pitch Black, like at least even, you know, just guarantee one mention somewhere.
Your names were there, a bunch of other people's names were there, but at some point, these people just wanted to push, like,
Yeah.
the way for us.
It makes sense. Makes sense.
Cool.
But have you talked to Big Homie Senga ever since this thing came out?
I've been talking to him. He sent me messages. He tuned me out.
Why did he tell you, man?
Everybody.
When it came to, like, let's say, talking about Chisenga, was it you that came up with the stuff that was explained about him, or?
No, I never came up with that stuff that was said about it. Well, look, like, for example, so Drake talked about him being at school with Chisenga, that rapper or whatever.
Yeah.
Sandamba talked about Crisis being one of the first artists that he knew was doing major things with hip-hop. Cleo talked about being inspired by him. Cooksey talked about Crisis being a leader. That stuff all came naturally, bro. It wasn't even scripted.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff all came naturally. So, and honestly, guys, be honest with me. Does that documentary paint Chisenga in a bad light?
No, not at
Is it
all.
what? The line is breaking.
I'm saying, does it paint Chisenga in a bad light?
No, it doesn't.
Someone just picks him up, gives him his flowers, definitely.
Yeah. So, and I don't know, man. I've tried my best, but to be very honest.
A question, Holstar. You know, the artist that performed at the HipHop 50, what was the incentive that was in it for them, for the performance? Was there cake involved? How was it? Was it a free performance? Was there money involved? Did the guys get paid?
Everyone got paid out of the concert. But there were varying prices. Some got a flat rate, like the same amount, and some got more, maybe because of their name, their notoriety, or even some of the work they put in terms of like collaboration. Like for example, Plan B and Makitu worked with the Timbuktu guy. So because of that, they actually could move.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. What was
But the budget was really small. I'll be very honest. They didn't get paid what they usually get paid. It was small.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask, like, how much did you spend on the whole production, including paying people and everything? What was the budget
The
like?
concept on the production, like 150 grand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So that's like gross, like that's everything, like that it pays in.
Everything, performances.
What's it called? The music club is expensive, huh?
And the music club.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. Most def. Yeah. So anyway, man, you know, thanks for the information, man. Like we had to, you know, have a conversation really and see what's really going down on the ground. For sure.
No problem.
Most definitely.